Before I get into this week's video, I just wanted to touch on why I thought it was important to register our camper van as a motor caravan with the DVLA here in the UK. The DVLA is the Driver Vehicle Licensing Agency, and they like to be informed about significant changes that you make to your vehicle, like I did with the PT panel van conversion. So when it came to building the camper van, with that in mind, I decided that it was important to notify them and apply for our van to be classified as a motor caravan. There were a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, insurance. I'm not 100% certain whether an insurance company would decline a claim on a van that had been converted into a camper van, but we all know that insurance companies like to get out of paying out if you haven't notified them about any significant modifications. And let's face it, taking a cargo van and turning it into a camper van, it's a significant modification. And what better way to reinforce that change of use than to have the DVLA say, this is a motor caravan, no longer just a commercial van. And secondly, speed limits. Commercial vehicles like the Transporter T4 have different speed limits compared to cars. Now, if you spend most of your time driving a car, which I do, and then I jump into my camper van, I don't want to be thinking about what speed limit should I be doing in my camper van. I want to just drive it like a car. And if your camper van is registered with the DVLA as a motor caravan, it can, under all circumstances, up to a certain weight limit of just over 3 tons, drive at the same speed limits as a car. If it is still a van, cargo van, delivery van classification, it has to do 10 miles per hour less. So if you're on a dual carriageway where you could be doing 70 miles an hour, you have to do 60. Now, if you're not used to driving 10 miles per hour slower in a van, which is now your camper van, you're going to get a fine. And if you get a fine in the UK, the chances are you're going to get points on your license. And if you get points on your license, your insurance goes up. Can you see where I'm going with this? It just seemed to make a lot of sense to try and tick all the boxes with the DVLA and get the van reclassified as a motor caravan. So what is it that the DVLA need for you to reclassify your van as a motor caravan? Well, you need at least 2 windows on your van. You need a high top roof, not a pop top roof. You need a door to the habitation area. So the T4 Transporter and most other vans have got a sliding door and 2 rear doors, so you're okay there. And our van came with windows already. It was a windowed van, so that was fine. It also needs motor caravan graphics. Whatever those are, you've got to have some kind of graphics on the side of your van to satisfy that as well. I suppose it also depends on the person at the DVLA who reviews your application. So those are external considerations. Oh yes, it also needs an awning rail on at least one side of the van. On the inside, the interior considerations, it must have cooking facilities. It needs to have storage facilities, storage cabinets, kitchen units. You can do that. It also needs to have sleeping area, and that can be a seat that converts into a bed. And it also needs a dining area, a table and seats. Those are the things that they want for you to have done to your cargo van in order for them to consider even changing it to a motor caravan. Hopefully that gives you some insight into why we went down that route and whether or not you think it's worthwhile doing as well.